Further. Joining me in the studio to talk about that, Mr. P. Rudran, MD and CEO at ARCIL, Asset Reconstruction Company of India Limited. Mr. Rudran, thanks so much for coming in, sir. So what's going on? We've been reading about more and more banks putting up certain specific NPAs for sale in the corporate sector and the SME side. What's been the trend that you've been witnessing, sir?
Yeah, banks have been putting assets on sale, but not compared to the previous 2 years, because previous 2 years, I think much assets were not offered for sale by the banks. This year, the number seems to be picking up. Some of the banks have already offered some assets for sale.
What is the kind of quantum that we're talking about? Because in comparison to NPAs, bad loan sales are still quite low in India.
Yeah, correct. Their NPAs have gone up substantially, but the offer that is made is very minuscule, I should say. Whatever information I have, because this is an information which is not readily available.
Yes.
But some of the banks have already offered, I think maybe around within the 4,000 to 6,000 crores of assets they have offered on sale, and ARCs and others are doing their due diligence for purchase of those assets.
Are these sort of deals going through? Because in the past, we've often seen that there's a pricing issue that comes up.
Some improvement is this year it is there. Some have concluded some sale, but even percentage wise it is very low. Maybe to 5 to maybe 10 to 15% maybe the sale conclusion has come. But there is a chance that things will improve even the remaining 2.5 months, because it is the last quarter for the banks, and they would also like to see that most of the NPAs, to the extent possible, it is offloaded from their balance sheets.
What is your sense, sir, in terms of the kind of assets that banks want to offload? Is it the retail assets which are typically cumbersome to recover, or is it going into the SME corporate end that they are offering up for sale?
No, the assets which are being offered are not very retail assets, because as you said, retail assets is not that cumbersome to recover.
Okay.
I would say that because we have got our own experience, we have a retail division.
Yeah.
Our recoveries from the retail assets is much better than the other way, because what happens in corporate assets, they have got all wherewithal, so they go to the different courts. Okay. They will get it stalled in DRT, DRAT, and any court which is possible. But that's not the case with smaller people. I think they understand reason also. Sometimes they are not able to pay because of genuine reasons. Where we are able to take care of them, I think the recovery is possible. The assets which are now being offered are of slightly medium scale assets, you can say. Retail assets, small loans are not there. Only one portfolio had come which has not been concluded so far, but that's not a very big portfolio. Around 260 or 250 crore asset was there, but otherwise mostly it is medium scale assets.
What about some of these tricky corporate accounts that we hear about? I've heard of some deals going through, say for instance on the Deccan account, maybe not with you but with other...
Yeah, I heard, I also read from the paper, and we have not looked at those assets because they are very cumbersome and very difficult. So we are not finding we are finding a hope for so much of a good, because the involvement, the cash investment has to be quite high. So we have not seen it, but that asset is going around in the market.
Okay. What typically tends to happen, sir, when banks start to offload these NPAs? Is it that the cycle of the NPAs is at a stage where they don't feel recoveries is possible? I mean, what should we read into it if, say, bad loan sales start to pick up?
No, basically, wherever banks feel that their efforts or measures are not adequate to recover, they offload it to the ARCs. ARCs are specialized institutions focusing only on recoveries, and in fact that is the difference, because this is one of the activities for the banks, whereas recovery is one of the activities for the banks. For us it is the real activity, the focused activity, and a lot of nuances have been created by us, a lot of expertise have been created by us. In all likelihood, it is better that the assets are offered to the ARCs for recovery. We will be able to do a better recovery.
Okay. Sir, is the bigger picture on NPAs also at play? If NPA generation, new NPA generation is continuing to be strong, do banks have more of an incentive to sell down some of the existing NPAs? Because at the end of the day, they have to provision otherwise, right?
Correct. Yeah. No, I think the rate at which NPA is increasing or increased in the past, and the rate at which they have sold the assets to ARCs for recovery, even from their own recovery point of view, I would say that there is a good lot of things has to be still yet to be done, because the real effort for recovery has to come. It has not come in a proper, in the desired manner. Maybe that that is why the ARCs will have to be put into use in an effective manner.
All right, sir. Leaving it at that. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us. Appreciate it.
India's #1 news app. Just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.